Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Very glad you are joining us. However you may be joining us, we really appreciate it. And you know, when we turn that clock to a new year, it's really important that we remember some of the people over the years who have made such a huge difference, not only in our lives, but all of the lives before us, as we celebrate this very important time here in January about this Martin Luther King Jr. and the events that take place. Very excited about those taking place here in Terrebonne Parish as we welcome back into the program Mr. Jerome Boykin. Jerome, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
We appreciate that. Of course, the NAACP president. Next to him is Sherry Ezel. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Sherry.
Thank you.
And taking some time from work. We appreciate that. And next to her, Ms. Diana Collins, the youth advisor. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. So Jerome, start with you. It's such an important time as we celebrate on the day for MLK. And let's talk about what that means here in Terrebonne Parish.
I mean, for that day, the reason we put on the event is to celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and what he did not only for this country, but for the world.
Absolutely.
That would be a day for people to come. We have two different events, as Ms. Sherry and Diane will cover the two different dates that we have for the upcoming events.
Right.
It gives people an opportunity in this community to come out and celebrate. We're going to have music. We're going to have ministers who are going to bring the word. It's just good to be there. We're going to serve food free of charge to people from the public. So instead of people staying home and taking off that day, they will have opportunity to come out and celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King, his life that he had.
And celebrate the joy that he represented and the peace that he wanted to have the movement for.
Well, that's what it's all about, and
right.
That's the reason why, I say, it changed the world.
Right.
The movement with Dr. Martin Luther King and the work that he have done in the community.
Absolutely.
And how he affected people all across this country.
Right, yeah. Ms. Sherry, tell us a little bit about the events we have coming up.
All right, so we start off with our theme of the event is it starts with me to create a beloved community. And that's what we are trying to send out there, that message as sticking together and as a community. And we start off with 12 o'clock service, and they're going to have a march that's going to proceed to us.
Right.
But at that time, 12 o'clock, we'll have our entertainment with 3D Academy. Okay. We're going to have our guest speaker from Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Oh, wow.
And he is, Pastor Bertrand Bailey Jr.
Okay.
Will give us a great message that we would definitely enjoy hearing. And then we're going to have some honorees that's going to be honored with a Beloved Community Service Award. And this year we're going to be honoring the Southdown 1969 class of the high school baseball.
Okay, wow.
So they're the state champions, so we're really excited with that. So we're going to honor those. And then we have two other honorees that we're going to do in the public as far as educators that have retired, and one is currently still working at Ellender Memorial High School.
Oh, my.
So
a very special
55
place.
years. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Over 55 years.
Wow.
So our first person is going to be one of our board members, Miss Betty Wallace.
Okay.
That's a retired teacher. And then we have Miss Annie Redmond that would be recognized. And like I said, she's 82 years old, still working at Ellender Memorial High School.
Wow. That's fantastic. Very exciting. And that's one of those things. And where's the march going to start?
Okay, the march is going to start at the Courthouse Square.
At the Courthouse Square. And march to you.
March to Dumas.
To Dumas Auditorium. Very good, very good. And so, Ms. Diana, some things you want to add as well?
Yes. The youth department, putting on the program at the courthouse.
Okay, oh, very nice.
We have a courthouse program is at 10 o'clock.
At 10 a.m., okay.
Yes, we have our own Wendell Shelby, one of my youth that graduated from Morehouse. He's going to be our speaker.
Okay.
We even have people coming down from Texas to be a part of this. And I'm also honoring some of our people that work, help out with the youth department.
Okay.
Mr. Graham Douglas, he's one of our honorees.
Okay.
And we also have Miss Catherine Carter, she's a retired teacher, and Graham is a retired principal.
Oh, wow.
At Terrebonne. And then we have our own Carly Harding.
Okay.
He's one of the councilmen for District 2.
District 2, yes, ma'am.
Yes, and Carly always on the ground.
Okay.
Working, so we're going to honor these people here this Monday at 10.
at 10 a.m.
Yes, and we
at the
also gonna
courthouse.
yes, and then after the program, we're gonna have the march.
Right.
And we're gonna march to Dumas for that.
Well, I love the fact that Monday is going to be about honoring those who serve, much like the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. He was a man about service and gave his life doing so. Even with the first attempt on his life, he gave his life and did not deter from that. Forgave that person immediately, didn't blame her. And that's what it's about. It's wonderful that we have educators that are going to be honored. And so 10 o'clock the program starts. You're going to be able to honor several people at the
Yes,
courthouse
yes.
As part of what y'all do through the youth program, which is very much appreciated. I love the fact that so many of those are educators in Ms. Sherry's field as y'all honor those people who have retired and several who are still working. And so for
Right.
Ms. Ann's still working at 83, you said?
82.
82 years old. She'll be working into 83, right?
Yes.
Working into 83. And so we appreciate that. And then the celebration of peace culmination at Dumas as people can gather. It's so very nice to be able to gather and celebrate and to be able to worship together as well.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful time and so appreciate it. So Ms. Diana, thank you for all you do and the coordination you do with the youth and
Thank
all of
you.
those things. Ms. Sherry, thanks for everything as the chair for the event. And Jerome, thank you for all that you do for the NAACP. We appreciate it very, very much. So thank y'all for coming on and sharing with us today.
Thank you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate that. All right. And that will do it for us here for this particular segment. You can go out and share that, be a part of the courthouse. You can be a part of that with the march and find a way to Dumas Auditorium to enjoy that time. And that will do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more here on HTV.